Hey guys, Kyle here, and today's video is very special, as over the life of the channel, I've made 10 details and facts that you missed in Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, and today I'm bringing you a compilation of all those videos in one. As you know, light spoiler warning, so without further ado, let's begin, shall we? Tanjiro's Hanafuda earring. Now, we actually covered a video on historical facts about Demon Slayer. You can check it out in the link above or in the pearly white box of information, or maybe it's black depending on how you set up your Google Chrome. Who cares? It's in the description below. Now, Tanjiro wears a pair of Hanafuda earrings that he inherits from his father and his father's father. You get the deal. And it has been passed down this way for decades, maybe. When Muzan, the demon king of pop, who turned Nezuko, Tanjiro's sister, into a demon, sees Tanjiro's earrings, he sends two of his subordinates after the young demon slayer. He must have thought he saw Prince or something. Muzan did have a past encounter with a demon slayer with similar earrings. This past demon slayer had red hair, similar to Tanjiro's as well. Later on, when Tanjiro is fighting one of the lower moon 5 of the 12 Kizuki, he recalls when his father said he wanted his Kagura technique and his Hanafuda earrings to pass down to Tanjiro. His father emphasizes the mysterious importance of the Hanafuda earrings that may never be solved. Could they be considered like lucky underwear or something? Tanjiro isn't just empathetic, he's also incredibly clever. This is evident before he became a member of the Demon Slayer Corps. He fights to protect Nezuko from Giyu. Tanjiro is clearly outmatched. Despite his fear and the overwhelming situation before him, he quickly comes up with a plan that almost works and manages to impress Giyu. For us, Tanjiro is a mix of Gon from Hunter x Hunter, pure of heart and determined, and Izuku Midoriya from My Hero Academia, his strategic mind and fast thinking right on the spot. This neat mixture gives Tanjiro this modern protagonist feel to him. His quick thinking and ability to plan not only impresses Tanjiro's peers, but helps Tanjiro survive numerous battles, defeating multiple demons and going up against pillars in an effort to save his sister. Tanjiro's keen ability to smell. One of Tanjiro's definitive traits, aside from his kindness and empathy, is his keen sense of smell. I mean, this guy can smell a dead rat all the way in New York from Tokyo. It's powerful and unique. He can pick up on the intentions of others, and once it gets stronger, he can use his sense of smell to determine how many humans a demon has consumed. Tanjiro isn't the only person with this keen sense of smell. Mr. Sonji Urokodakis, aka Demon Slayer Kakashi, in their battle against a temple demon, he states that Tanjiro has a scent of kindness and determined that the boy is too kind and can't make a decision when it matters. On a side note, the series hints big on special human possessing these unique traits, like Zenitsu's ability to hear really well. Tanjiro's warding mask is unique to him. Once Mr. Urokodakis' students complete their training, he carves for them a fox-themed wearing mask for them to wear during their final exam. These masks are charged with a protection spell. Each mask is different and is unique to the wearer and is really cool if you're asking me. Sabito's mask had a pale scar in the same spot as a scar on his cheek. Mokomo's mask had flowers that reflected the flowers on her kimono. Tanjiro's mask has a red sun-shaped symbol over his scar and could hint that his teacher knows more than he's letting off. Or maybe it's because Tanjiro's scar reminds him of the sun. Who knows? The color and shape of the symbol resembles the design of Tanjiro's Hanafuda earrings too. This man is a mastercraft and he should get some kind of reward, shouldn't he? Tanjiro's headscar is unmistakably part of his design when it's first presented to us in the first episode. While manga readers know how Tanjiro got his scars, anime watchers will have to wait for the backstory to come along. If you are into dub, you'll probably have to wait a lot longer. However, Tanjiro's scar does change in the first season. During the final exam, Tanjiro is attacked by a hand demon hugging himself. The same demon is responsible for the deaths of Mr. Urokodakis' past students, including Sabito and Mokomo. During the first fight, the hand demon strikes Tanjiro, smashing the warding mask covering Tanjiro's face. When Tanjiro's wounds eventually heal, his head scar is a new color and shape like magic with no explanation, and no one seems to mention it. Switching our focus a little bit more on the darker side of things, only demons with unlimited potential can become one of the 12 Kizuki. Now the 12 Kizuki are created by Muzan Kibutsushi, and he creates them using his blood. If a demon shows potential, Muzan will share more of his blood with them, blessing them with even more power, so much so that it gets overwhelming. The 12 strongest amongst these demons make up the 12 Kizuki. However, if a Kizuki reaches his limit, they become useless to Muzan, and their title is stripped. Failure Demon Kyogai is a prime example. When he is first introduced, Kyogai is after a human known as a Merichi. Their blood is worth 50 normal humans for a demon, like fine wine in a vineyard, without the pulpy stuff. Because he wants to regain his position amongst the 12 Kizuki, he hunts for the Merichi. He was originally amongst the lower moon 6, but like a failed athlete now looking for steroids to regain his title, he reached his limit and his number was taken out by Muzan. Let's talk about the Demon King himself. Don't call him pale or dead, or you'll end up pale or dead. Muzan is the ideal antagonist. We don't say this because he's our own king of pop reincarnated. We say this because he's strong and dangerous, and will eliminate anyone in his way. He has created most of the man-eating demons in Kimetsu no Yaiba, and has even defined himself as a living being who is infinitely close to perfection. However, Muzan can't tolerate being called pale or dead, even though he technically is. After his first encounter with Tanjiro, Muzan is preparing to send his underlings after the demon slayer when he meets a group of drunken humans in an alleyway. He is content to leave them alone and even apologizes after bumping into one of them. Then one of the drunkards regards Muzan as pale and looking dead, and looking like he's ready to fall over. Suddenly, his demeanor changes. His eyes flashes in irritation and anger. He kills the group without remorse or hesitation, and pretty brutally at that. He even overdoses one of the humans with his blood. Yikes and yucky. Alright, let's change over to something a little more light. Like a cute little plushie doll, Nezuko is unusual, even amongst demons. She is as adorable as she is unique. Did we mention she's adorable? Many times throughout the season, characters have commented how different she is amongst demons. For one, she doesn't require blood to survive. Instead, she restores her strength by sleeping, which does speak a lot about demons overall. They all can do this, or is it a choice? Or is blood more like a heroin addiction to them? She also displays incredible power and adaptivity in her fight. Other demons including Tamayo and Yushiro have commented on Nezuko's unique aura and her abilities. Tanjiro asks Mr. Urokodakis if her uniqueness is a blood demon art, but Mr. Urokodakis doesn't think so. Now Nezuko has learned her exploding blood demon art, which she uses to help her big brother in the fight against Rui. It is expected that her unique cuteness and abilities will only continue to grow throughout the series. Matching outfits, anyone? Giyu and Sabito have similar pattern outfits. Did you ever notice that? Clothes make important characters stand out, so it's easier for viewers to distinguish them from background characters. Sabito and Giyu have similar pattern clothing that is unique and hints them at being related, possibly brothers. The only other characters to wear similar pattern themes are Shinobu and Kanao. Because Kanao is trained under Shinobu, which makes sense, this would be a dynamic fit for them. But what would be the dynamics between Giyu and Sabito? When Giyu first meets Tanjiro, the frame focuses on his unique clothing patterns. Giyu then mentions that he understands despair and the loss that Tanjiro is feeling, which, given Sabito's fate, could hint that there's a connection between the two. Manga readers will already know the answer to this mystery, but the watchers of the anime will have to wait. No peeking. In an awesome blazing burning blitz of brimstone brightness, the Kamado family's connection to fire. The Kamado family works with fire, but Tanjiro and Nezuko's connection to the elements have grown throughout the first season. When the swordsmith delivers Tanjiro's sword, he calls Tanjiro a child of brightness, because of his red hair and red eyes. Later, when Tanjiro fights against the Lower Moon 5, he has a flashback to his father, who shares Tanjiro's eye color, scar, and hair color. When Tanjiro remembers his father's fire-based Kagura dance, he realizes that his father taught him a powerful breathing technique. When Tanjiro uses this, he unleashes the Hinokami Kagura dance, a powerful move that turns his water into fire. Similarly, Nezuko's blood art is fire themed. Her exploding blood takes the form of pink flames when she uses it. The anime movie was named Infinity Train, but was changed. By now, most of us are familiar with the Demon Slayer Mugen Train movie because it is the most successful anime movie of all time.
She's going so fast! Get back in here! That's dangerous! Let me at him! I want to race to see who's faster on foot!
But what many of us didn't know is that it was originally named Infinity Train. However, due to a Cartoon Network show of the same name, the movie was renamed to what we know today as Demon Slayer Mugen Train, which Mugen does translate as well to infinite or dream, so it's very fitting for the movie. Akari and Nezuko are surprisingly similar in some ways. You probably didn't know this, but the Japanese voice actress for Nezuko Kamado is named Akari Kito. Now both the anime character and the voice actress share some similarities. Both Akari and Nezuko are the same height of 5 feet. Also, weirdly enough, Akari's name has the kanji for demon, which it literally translates to demon. Seems like a match made in heaven, if demons were even from heaven.
No matter where you go, I promise you won't escape me!
The cost of making an episode. The cost of making a single episode of Demon Slayer is said to be in excess of about $80,000. Use that information as you see fit.
Wisteria. It's all over the place. I thought it was out of season.
A young leader. Kiria, Ubuyashiki, becomes the 98th leader of the Demon Slayer Corps. And if you don't know Kiria, this is what he looks like. We've all seen him before. He does look like a girl because he has a twin sister and all his siblings look exactly alike. Man, Kagaya really went to town with this. But anyways, he becomes the leader at age 8, not the youngest, as his father, Kagaya, became the leader at age 4.
Tonight, you've come to enter the Demon Slayer Corps' final selection. Thank you all for being here.
Kiria shares the same Japanese and English voice actress with Madoka Kaname from Madoka Magica.
Them from leaving, they bloom on this mountain year-round, and they cover everything from the base to
the Rengoku Special ceremonies. The Rengoku family has long since practiced something called kankagari for the duration of their pregnancies. Every 7 days, the wives will spend about 2 hours gazing at a large flaming torch. One can only guess why. This seems to be what causes the men in the family to have flame-colored hair. I wonder if someone tries that in the real world, will that actually work?
I will see your bone turn to ash with my bright red blade of fire!
Tanjiro's hard skull. Tanjiro actually inherited his hard skull from his mother. Many may think that he got it from his father, seeing that they have the same mark on their foreheads, but no, it's all their mother. She was the hard-headed one.
Look, Tanjiro. That is your father's Kagura dance.
Staying on the topic of Tanjiro, his nickname. Tanjiro's nickname, Ponjiro, made by Inosuke, is actually akin to that of a raccoon. This is also represented in Inosuke's dream when he falls asleep on the Mugen train.
Over there! I smell the master of this cave clear as trash!
You can actually see him right here, which is kind of cute. Is it weird that I find Tanjiro kind of cute? Now that I say that out loud, it doesn't sound weird at all. Let's move on. Kanao Suri's birthday.
But then one day, I heard a snapping sound.
One of my favorite characters in the entire Demon Slayer story. I find her very interesting, well thought out, and a very deep character. You probably wouldn't know this without reading the manga, but let's leave that for another day.
How can you be so cross with Kanao here? Look how adorable she is!
I'm very happy to state this fact that Kanao's birthday is May 19th, the day that Kene and Shinobu adopted her, meaning her real date of birth and age are not known. Everything was just guessed.
All I did was follow the teacher's orders. And so there's no need for you to thank me. Farewell.
Another interesting rule of the Rengoku household.
So what if you've become a Hashira? Worthless. It means nothing.
There are no pets allowed. This rule was actually implemented by Kyojiro's father, as he absolutely hated pets.
And then one day he quit being a swordsman. Just like that.
the specific reason for him hating pets was never actually revealed, which is quite a bummer. But now that I think of it, what kind of pet do you think Kyojuro would own if he got the ability to own a pet? I think a dog. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Akaza is a special demon.
Is that right? Well, I dislike weak human beings. The mere sight of them makes my skin crawl.
Akaza is the only demon in the 12 Kizuki that only uses hand-to-hand fighting techniques. More like hand-to-face, if you get what I mean. That was a terrible joke. Let's just say, in other words, he has no tools or weapons. He just fights with his bare hands and fists.
Technique development. Destructive death compass needle.
Now, in his human life, he had mastered a bare fist technique called the Soryu technique, which he carried over to his demon life and enhanced with his demon blood art, compass needle, making him a deadly weapon. He's also very high up there on the popularity polls with Rui and Daki.
You must know this wound will kill you! Save yourself! Save that you'll become a demon!
So we all know that Demon Slayer is set in the Taisho period.
The big cities have come a lot further than I expected. It's nighttime, but it's so bright out.
If you didn't know, then I suggest checking out my video on historical facts about Demon Slayer. That's another banger. But anyways, it's said that the Demon King himself is over 1,000 years old. But are there other demons as old as he is? The short answer for this is yes. Lady Tamayo was once very closely affiliated with the Demon Lord of Pop, and it was confirmed that their relationship ended back in the Sengoku period. Now, if you know anything about history, the Sengoku period was over 400 years ago, before the Taisho period. On top of that, right after, he formed the 12 Kizuki and appointed their #1 demon as the head. So in short, Muzan, Upper Moon 1, and Lady Tamayo are all over 400 years old. Man, talk about a fountain of youth! Keeping an eye on our last entry, speculations about Lady Tamayo's origin.
It took me over 200 years, and after all that, I could only transform Yushiro.
So we all know that she was an assistant to Muzan, helping him trying to find a way to walk in the sun without losing any of his demon powers. Based on her medical background, possibly in her human life she could have been a nurse or a doctor. Maybe she even learned her medical practices after becoming a demon to better aid Muzan, as naturally Muzan likes to only turn people that he considers of good worth into demons. The others he just brutally murders. But we all see that Muzan has no issues dating women, well, human ones, and then disposing of them as he feels fit. Maybe she was once one of his wives, who he took an interest in and then decided to turn her into a demon to further do his bidding. Guess we'll never know.
He must have made a mistake. Thought that I was someone else.
Oh, you think that's it?
The leader of the Demon Slayer Corps, Kagaya Ubuyashiki.
The master of the mansion has returned.
In our last video, we did mention him just a little. He became the leader of the Demon Slayer Corps at the ripe old age of 4, which is a heralding task, but nonetheless, he led. On top of that, made sure to leave his son Kariya to lead as well. Now, much like the Rengoku family, the Ubuyashiki family's bloodline is super strong, in that all the kids look alike, even the boys versus the girls. You can't even tell them apart. Can you actually tell that this is a boy?
You must survive for 7 days beyond the Wisteria's protection. Now, your trial begins.
But anyways, due to the condition that they are born with, seeing that they will all die at a young age, the Ubuyashikis are all encouraged to start having kids as young as possible. Meaning that over the last 1,000 years, there have been more than 50 generations. Holy cow! Have we ever done a fact on the Demon Slayer Sakura? Maybe we shouldn't call her that. After all, the anime still hasn't shown her true power. But that doesn't mean that we can't drop some facts about her. Mitsuri's hair.
Excuse me. Something about this concerns me. I find it hard to believe the master would have been unaware of this situation.
It's rumored, which I heard from Gyomei, that her hair is colored that way due to her eating way too much Sakura mochi. Don't tell Gyomei I said that, please.
Aww, I wanted to be the one to welcome the master.
In the Demon Slayer movie, The Mugen Train, Tanjiro dreams of his family. Kai, his mother, Nezuko, his younger sister, and his other siblings Takayo, Hanako, Shigeru, and Rokuta. But did you notice what they actually all wear? Tanjiro's patterned clothes weren't just randomly picked. It goes along with his earrings as a part of his family, and most of Tanjiro's family wear the same color clothes that matches their eyes. On top of that, most, if not all, are all patterned just like Tanjiro's clothes. We mentioned him earlier, but do you see this guy? Yes, this gigantic Herculean monstrosity.
Master, even though it is something you have requested, I cannot bring myself to do it.
He's Gyomei, the Pillar of Stone, and he wasn't born blind. Oh, no. He was actually blinded by a fever when he was young, although the age was never really confirmed. Oh, and have you seen this scar? Join me again for the next video and maybe I'll release some info about this scar. For now, let's move on. Inosuke and Tengen are the only demon slayers in the entire corps to use 2 Nichirin blades. Well, technically Gyomei is also a dual wielder, but he's a weirdo, so we don't talk about him here. This hasn't been revealed in the anime yet, so I'll hold off for now. You manga readers better keep quiet, or else I'll have my horse kick you right in the face. Here's a little neat detail that you may have missed in Demon Slayer episode 12, Zenitsu Sleeps. When Zenitsu finally showed that he was no pushover, there was a slight animation oversight when he was pulling his blade, but it was just in a blink of an eye, so it was literally if you blink, you miss it moment. His thumb actually goes through his sword. Thought we'd miss that, huh? But no, we didn't. Also, just more icing on the cake, when he was unconscious laying down, you can actually see him cut the demon's tongue off. If you slow it down, you can see him pull his blade, slice, and sheath his sword in record time. This actually shows how masterful he is. You know how we love our super quick facts? Here's a hot and spicy one for you. Tanjiro speaks fluent bird. There. Happy now?
No one else! You're the only hope that I have left!
So that's it then. Okay, I'll try to help.
In our last video, we did state that the women of the Rengoku family would sit in front of a flame to get the men to be born with fiery hair. Well, there's another twist on this. One of Kyojiro's distant ancestors once said that they ate a lot of tempura. This is what caused all their descendants to have their hair the way that they do. And this was actually stated by Kyojiro himself, so don't come at me for this fact. It was all this guy.
Not so fast! And wait, when'd you get so gigantic?
No one knows the creator of Demon Slayer.
That knife isn't going to do the job.
Many of you already knew that the author of Demon Slayer is Koyuharu Gotouge. If you didn't, then you're welcome.
What's this?
It is called a warding mask.
He or she has never shown their face, but it's widely accepted that Koyuharu is a female. Funny enough, Koyuharu doesn't like pronouns and has always remained anonymous. With the level of toxicity on Twitter, I honestly don't blame the creator from staying out of the spotlight. You know, to have all the creative freedom in the world. Here is a super quick and fast fact. I know you guys love it. Nezuko's name is said 21 times in the first episode of Demon Slayer. Don't believe me? Here's proof.
Come on, Nezuko! I've got you! Hey, Nezuko! 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 Nezuko's the only one who's still warm! Nezuko! 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 Nezuko's a human! She doesn't have Nezuko's sen anymore! I have to at least save Nezuko, though! Nezuko! Hang on, Nezuko! 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 No, wait! Nezuko hasn't hurt anyone! Nezuko didn't do it! Nezuko would never eat a human! Nezuko... Nezuko didn't do it.
Take care of Nezuko.
The contrast between male and female demons.
Lower your heads and kneel down. Prostrate yourselves.
It's widely viewed in Japanese culture that male demons are mostly ugly, while female demons are mostly beautiful. As you may have noticed, some of these aspects do spill over into Demon Slayer as well.
Bad? What is bad? Finish your thought.
Many aspects of Demon Slayer are bound in Japanese history and lore, which is super interesting in itself. Whether it be the names of each of the characters, the period in which they're living, the clothes in which they wear, or simply their looks, the author has integrated every single part of their culture into this piece of property, and we love it.
They're human. The girl and the woman, their scent is human.
Have we ever talked about voice actors? Maybe, I think so. Satoshi Hino is Rengoku's Japanese voice actor. Satoshi Hino is a famous Japanese voice actor. You might have recognized some of his voices from characters like Ainz Wulgon from Overlord, Saramura Daichi from Haiku, or other prominent roles such as Kineshi Hairo from The Disastrous Life of Saikike, or Sai from Naruto. Alright, I got something really interesting for you guys. Let's talk about ninjas in Demon Slayer. So you're probably asking me, what does ninjas have to do with a samurai anime? Well, if you haven't noticed, there are a few indications of ninjas being present within this world. Tengen Izui, the sound pillar, was originally trained to be a ninja by his father. He decided he was gonna be a samurai instead. Or should I say swordsman? Because when I say samurai, it sounds as if I'm talking about a completely different anime other than Demon Slayer.
I like it! Sounds dramatic! Come on, show me!
But there's another interesting reference to ninjas in the Demon Slayer series, and you'd never believe it when I say it, but here it comes. The butterfly Hashira's name, Shinobu Kocho.
Are you about to go into a long-winded story from the past, just to spite me? It's because of what I said to you earlier. Is that it?
Shinobu translates to stealth or endurance, which is a very close derivative of shinobi, which means one who can move in stealth, aka a ninja. Combine that with her last name Kocho, which actually means butterfly, we now get the ninja butterfly. I mean stealthy butterfly. No, I can't get that image out of my head of a ninja butterfly.
Insect breathing, butterfly dance, and caprice.
Halfway through our list, Gyomei's scar.
How sad. He's been possessed by a demon. Let us end this child's life and free him from this cursed existence.
In the last video, I did vow to let you guys know what's going on with Gyomei's scar and how he got it. Those keen-eyed manga viewers would actually notice that he got his scar from the attack of a demon. What else could it be? Anyone could literally figure it out. Pretty anticlimactic, huh? These words said by Gyomei.
Namu Amida Butsu.
These words said actually have a meaning. Namu Amida Batsu, also known as Nembutsu. This is a chant from the Shin Buddhism. The most common translation is I entrust myself to Buddha of the infinite light and life.
Master, even though it is something you have requested, I cannot bring myself to do it.
This is in direct reference to his position as the stone pillar, being an immovable rock in his beliefs. Pretty cool, right? Something you won't find in the manga. One day, I was sitting with Master Urokodakis and I asked him, why do you wear a mask? Is it because of the scar on your face? He told me, and get this, it's coming straight from the Tengu's mouth, he started wearing a mask because demons always made fun of his gentle face. I'm terrible with keeping secrets, just don't tell him I told you so. I guess that he could just smell that I'm lying. Well, I guess I'll just avoid him from now on. There goes another friend. Aoi was partially responsible for Kanao's name.
Put simply, a game of tag. You will face myself, Aoi, and then Kanao.
During the time in which a naming selection for Kanao took place, Shinobu and Kene placed names on the floor, allowing Kanao to choose her own name at random. After seeing that Kanao was going to choose a paper containing the name Kamasu, Aoi swiftly swapped the papers with the one containing Kanao, so thus, boom, she was named Kanao. I bet you didn't know that, right? Yeah, you won't find that in the manga either. Koyuharu's initial design for Giyu.
Don't cry.
Don't succumb to sorrow. This isn't the time to despair.
Did I ever show you the initial design for Giyu? If not, then here it is on the screen for you. Not much of a difference from his current design, right? Except it features him with fingerless sleeves, a cloth that ties at the end of his hiyori around his waist, and a kinda looser hakama pants. To me, it does look cool, I'm not gonna lie, but maybe before becoming an official Hashira, he used to wear this battle gear.
I don't think I'm disliked.
Well, that's more along the lines of fantasy rather than reality, but still a cool design nonetheless. Zenitsu's sparrow actually saved his life. Have you ever thought that Shinobu kind of found Zenitsu a bit too easily, and his sparrow simply just flew off and left him? Well, you'll be pleased to know that the sparrow was actually the reason why Shinobu found Zenitsu in the first place.
Hello there. Are you alright?
When the sparrow saw Shinobu, he alerted her to Zenitsu's condition. Well, more like he screamed in her face wildly and hoped she understood. She then made her way in the general vicinity and luckily found our young hero. Another reason why we love Chutaro.
Would it kill you to say something like, "You're doing your best even just this once"? Work harder, you say? If you say so.
Nezuko's eye color change.
Hi, Tanjiro.
Maybe some of you noticed, but Nezuko's eye color changes. Before she became a demon, it seems that she had two different shades within her pupils. But once she becomes a demon, her eye color changes to pink. Can anyone say why? Who knows? She's still pretty anyways.
Zenitsu, what do I do?
It's fine! I'll just carry you on my back!
I know you guys really love our super fast facts, so here's one for you. Tanjiro's name is said 11 times in the first episode. This is opposed to Nezuko's name being said 21 times. Don't believe me? Here's proof.
Tanjiro! You can't walk as fast as Tanjiro can, sweetie.
Tanjiro!
Thank you for doing this, Tanjiro.
Hi, Tanjiro.
Tanjiro!
Hey, Tanjiro!
Tanjiro!
Hey there, Tanjiro! I don't suppose you could give me a hand with this luggage, could you?
Hang on, Tanjiro!
We have to leave you behind, Tanjiro. I'm so sorry.
Mugen Train is the best-selling anime movie of all time. Now everyone and their mothers already probably knew this. But it's something that I haven't mentioned on our list before, and you're welcome for that. Despite a certain virus stalling the progress of the world, this movie set the world ablaze. With stunning visuals, compelling narrative, and epic fight scenes, everyone and their dog loved this movie, and the numbers really show. Also, it's been submitted for the 93rd Academy Awards. You go, Demon Slayer, you go.
Kami Kagura! Clear blue sky!
What does Kimetsu no Yaiba actually translate to? The direct translation from the Japanese title to English is closer to Blade That Slays Demons, rather than Demon Slayer. The direct translation focuses upon Blade rather than a Slayer. It's basically the same when it comes on to Shinjeki no Kyojin, which everyone thinks means Attack on Titan, but it translates closer to Attack Titan. Please, someone in the comments tell me you already knew this. I dare you. I double dog dare you. The author is mad creative. At the age of 24, the author of Demon Slayer, Koyuharu Gotouge, participated in the 70th Jump Treasure Newcomer Manga Awards. This was in 2013 with her work Kagarigari. This was actually a Demon Slayer one-shot and what started off the entire thing. Way to go. Way to go. The run of the Demon Slayer manga. Demon Slayer began its run on the 15th of February 2016. It finished on the 18th of May 2020 and has a total of 23 volumes. If you haven't read the manga as yet, you should definitely get on that. I mean, at this point, can you really be watching any Demon Slayer videos and not be spoiled? Have we ever done a fact on the voice actor for Obanai? Wait, this feels kinda deja vu-ish.
くだらない妄言を吐き散らすな。そもそも身内ならかばって当たり前。言うことすべて信用できない。
Anyways, Obanai's voice actor is Kenichi Suzumura. Now he's actually married to the voice actress for Tamayo, Maya Sakumoto. So cute, definitely a perfect match.
私はTamayoと申します。その子はユシロウ。仲良くしてやってくださいね。
Another fun fact on the manga, but this time focusing on Giyu Tomioka.
It's really quite simple. She's turned because her wounds were exposed to demon blood.
He is one of two characters who have their own spin-off, the other being Kyojiro Rengoku. Gyu's spin-off is a two-part story depicting the events after Gyu's encounter with Tanjiro and Nezuko. It's called Giyu Tomioka Gaiden Part 1 and Giyu Tomioka Gaiden Part 2. It's pretty cool and you should definitely check it out. I mean, stop being a pussy. And at our number 1, the real meaning behind the word Hashira.
Don't open your mouth until you're told! Do you know who you're in the presence of? These are the Hashira!
I'm sure everyone who's watched Demon Slayer by now already knew that the literal translation for the word Hashira is pillars. But many didn't know the meaning behind the word Hashira, especially when it's written in Japanese. The word Hashira has 9 strokes, which is said to be the reason of there being only 9 Hashira at the start of the series. In addition to this, all the Hashira have destroyed demons engraved on their weapons, except for Shinobu, who actually has evil demons engraved on the right side of her blade and destruction engraved on the left side of her blade, due to her sword's structure.
The fact that lower 5 demon made such a drastic move likely means Kibutsuji is far from Mount Naragumo.
So that was our video for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't seen all 5 of the 10 details and facts that you missed in Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba videos, I'll leave that with a link on screen now. And thank you guys again for joining. Peace out, V Nation. Stay safe out there.